Hello and welcome to the Silver King's War. I'm Michael Sievers, the writer, producer, and creator of this podcast series about my father's Second World War as a B-26 bombardier. Today, we are in Act 2 of Marauder Man, The Greenhouse, Scene 7, First Lieutenant Air Corps. And it begins with Michael, the narrator, who is Stanley's son. January 1945. In December of 44, the King's War meant missions, survival, and success. He was now a lead bombardier with a promotion in view. Glenn Martin flew in a B-26 armored Marauder on a secret observation mission overnight to London with Henry Hap Arnold. The Air Corps brass had asked Martin to award the Silver King his first lieutenant silver bars based on the Marauder design update work. Stanley had made an immediate impression on Glenn Martin. The scene is the 9th Bombardment Division Wing Command for Stanley's 397th Bombardment Group. The Silver King was told only that he would travel across the English Channel to London for a special debrief on his 7th mission. Glenn Martin, Hap Arnold, and Stanley's commanding officer, Major George Leverton, stand 3 across, facing the Silver King. A coincidental July of 1944 meeting on the Barksdale Field tarmac in Shreveport, Louisiana, changed the perspective of 2 men, Glenn Martin, the flying dude, and our hero, the Silver King. 2 men who could not be more different. Martin, 59, an iconoclastic genius, lived in an opulent Guilford home with his mother near Sherwood Gardens in Baltimore. He led Martin Manufacturing in Middle River, Maryland. The Marauder's creator had reached the peak of his personal rise to become an industrial giant. Stanley, 21, a former pilot school washout, was now a decorated second lieutenant bombardier, and he had left Birmingham, Alabama, for college at the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana. That was the fall of 41, before American sailors died in December at Pearl Harbor on Oahu, Hawaii. That life was over. Children became men and women almost overnight. Now the 38 years between these men had condensed in a world war that was cleaving nations, families, and continents. Their connection was strong, father to son, uncle to nephew, warrior to warrior. Michael reads from a January 5th, 1945 letter that Stanley wrote from A-72. Dearest ones, I had almost given up receiving any mail tonight as it's 8 o'clock now and the mail call is usually earlier. However, the gods must have smiled upon me because I did get a letter from you. It's rather up to date, December 24th, which makes it all the better. Now I can honestly say I've had a swell day, and I'm grateful to our dear Lord. It seems the mail is just as bad there as it is here. I'm truly sorry, for I had hoped you were receiving mine regularly, knowing how you would worry. There isn't any need for such. Just remember, it isn't the same as in the States, and you must be patient. I'm so glad you're well, but so sorry you had to spend the holidays alone. You sounded so lonesome in your letter. I'll be glad when the kids get there. That, I'm sure, will drive away your loneliness. I still haven't heard from Leona, so it's a relief to know they are well. However, sorry Grandma is still ill. Yes, Theo wrote of Esther's coming marriage, but nothing more. I can imagine how excited she will be. As you can see from this, your stationery still hasn't arrived. I've been hoping each day, but no such luck. At last we've had snow, and it's a beautiful sight to see from the air. I have 7 missions. Not as beautiful as seeing a home would be, though. How I long for that day. I pray it will be soon. Until then, please take care of yourselves and keep well. Love to Ida. I love and miss you, Stan. As the lights go up on this scene in London, our hero, the king, is nervous. But that nervousness dissipates as he sees Glenn Martin, the flying dude. Hello, Lieutenant Silverfield. It's good to see you again. I've thought many times about your November 44 Thanksgiving week Baltimore visit. And the king, now smiling. Hello, Mr. Martin, as he salutes and steps forward to shake hands. It's special to see you. I had no idea about the depth of this day. Glenn Martin to the king. I spoke with General Arnold after your time at Middle River. Your knowledge, ideas, and language, and your humility really impressed me. The general asked me to join him in flying to London for your promotion. And Stanley. I am stunned by this honor, sir. Thank you, sir. And the flying dude, at ease himself. As you know, Lieutenant, I've never married. I have no children. Our connection reminded me of my coming-of-age years. We have a common curiosity about life and what's ahead. And the king, now completely at ease. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Glenn Martin to our hero in bidding him adieu. Take care of yourself, Lieutenant Silverfield. Your nation appreciates your service. And my mother, Minta, sends her best wishes. And the king. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And thank Mrs. Martin as well. I hope to see you again soon. As the lights go down on this scene, Michael reads from a March 12, 1945 letter that his father wrote from France. Dearest ones, now that I'm back, the past glorious week seems like only a dream. I realize now that I had completely forgotten what really living was like. Before I left, I was almost used to this whole, but now I'm going to have to become more acclimated all over again. A true description would be going from the sublime to the ridiculous. Oh well, c'est la guerre. After having an extra day and a half there, we arrived here last night. I was much too tired to write. Finding 2 letters from you, however, certainly helped to ease the awful letdown. I'm so glad you're keeping well. Mother, I'm very proud of you, helping at the Y and also going to the Red Cross. I do think it grand for offering your services. I am surprised to hear of Lee being classified 1A again. I had thought and certainly hoped he was permanently deferred. Gee, I surely hope he won't be called up. No, I haven't seen Arthur since our first meeting. I know the day he is free, but it seems each week something prevents my going. For instance, this Wednesday I am on group duty again, and it is impossible for me to get away. Perhaps I will see him next week. And don't you worry about me changing as he did. I assure you I will return the same person when I left. I also have received 2 more boxes from you, which is evident from the stationery and which I do appreciate. I haven't eaten any of it yet, but it looks like it will be delicious. The stationery came just in time, too, although as yet I haven't received the bars and can't understand why. Enclosed are a couple of postcards which will give you a better idea of what Cannes looks like. Of course, it has changed quite a bit since the war, but remains as yet a most beautiful place. You can see how my hotel was located on the water's edge, and what a luxurious place it was. My room was on the 4th floor, overlooking the beach and the sea. The shoreline is of a horseshoe shape, and the other picture was taken from one tip looking toward the hotels. The color doesn't exaggerate the beauty of the place. In fact, the structures of the homes on the hillside reminded me a great deal of the homes in Hollywood. I can't imagine how very expensive a vacation here in peacetime must have been. And to think I had it all for only $1 a day, and how I wish I was back there now. Everything is the same here. The weather is nice, but nothing compared to what it was there. I got a swell tan, and all day guys have been asking me about it. I wish you would try to find me some embroidered wings to put on my blouse. I've had a little jacket made, and they would look swell on it. I could get them in London, but I doubt if I'll get there for a long time to come. Also, please send me some more bars, and of course, the food is always welcome. Only this time, please send more cheese. By the way, I received a membership card to the Zionist organization. Is that an honor of some sort? Thanks again for the sweet letters and the swell boxes. Please keep well. I'm fine and thinking of you constantly. Love to Ida. I love and miss you, Stan. This is the end of Scene 7, 1st Lieutenant Air Corps, in the second play, Marauder Man. And you are listening to the Silver King's War.